Okay, we're back on the 99 F250 that's runs fine when it's cold, won't boost up when it's warm. As you can see right now, the engine's cold. You get a good angle on this thing. I'm looking at the injector control pressure and absolute. Okay, it's on the floor. Just shifted. See, it got up to 2800, and I'm back down to 540. I'm going to pause this and drive it around for a bit and let it get warmed up. Now it's still not quite warmed up. It's still on the bottom side. But one thing I wanted to point out, because I don't know much about how this scan tool works, it has something called exhaust back pressure absolute, and exhaust back pressure volts. Now it basically in idle you can see it's showing 15 psi or so. Now when I accelerate, I'm giving it about 40% throttle. You can see it's up to 22 psi, 20 psi as I ease off a little bit. Right now I'm driving 35 miles an hour at 1600 RPM. It's showing between 17 and 19 psi. Let me go back to injector pressures. 1600 steady cruise. You can see 950 or so. Sorry about the shaky camera as I'm driving down the road. Alright, I'm going to pause it again and let it warm up a little more. Alright, now we're warmed up a little better and a little extra fuel in just to be safe. I get nervous when these things get below a quarter. So, let's pull out somewhere over here. Watch the pressures and see what happens. It's boosting up fine. 40, 45, 50, 60, 70. Well, I guess it's still too warm. It's still boosting up good. It's still too cold. It has to be really warm, and then it just hits the wall. So let me see if I can find somewhere else to try this again. It's like there's certain temperature it hits, and once it's up to that temperature, it is, I say boost up, it just doesn't want to accelerate. Doesn't want to go like it should, although you can kind of hear it does have a pretty good exhaust leak. I don't know how much of an effect that'll really have on anything, but it is there. Try and hold this to where. Alright, let's go again. Up to 55. I know this stupid thing hasn't fixed itself. Turn around, see if I can build up enough speed without getting a ticket over here. boosting up like it should. I don't understand it. Let me pause and go find somewhere out on the highway. Okay, I think I got a little stretch. I can check it out. It's on the floor. There's 50. 65, 70, 75. Well, hell. Of course, it would be working fine now. Broken out the scan tool and the video camera. It's gonna work perfect. That ain't some shit. Just figures. Turn around here again. Try one more time. Noticed I've been just kind of doing short hops here and there. When it really did it, mainly it's done it, and I've noticed it in the past, but not on the interstate. What's it? Driving up down the road for extended periods, so maybe it has something to do with that. Anyway, that's my only other idea. I'm going to try one more little takeoff here. Full throttle, 2700 psi, 2875. See, now it's just cut off. Okay, now it's doing it. My foot's on the floor, I'm doing 55 and I'm not accelerating. Showing 22 psi back pressure. The temperature gauge reading exactly the same. Just regular kind of ease around driving, no problem. It was, as you can see just now, it was taking off fine, acting normal, and then just click, it lost the boost. Would not go. Got up to 55 and that was it. Still had good injector pressure. Now this thing apparently doesn't read the actual PSI rail, or the lift pump pressure. Okay, I'm taking off again. It's a full throttle, but it's just barely going. I can hear the turbo, but it's just, nothing's happening. Injector duty cycle is at 29%, 30%. As I'm passing 2200 RPM with it on the floor, 26 PSI or so on the exhaust back pressure. Every time it shifts, I can hear a little whoosh from the turbo, and it'll pick up a little acceleration for just a second, then it goes away. Anyway, I'm at a loss, guys. Let me know what to try next.